what's up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for Batman Volume 2, The City of Owls. As you can see, this is the cover of the story. Now this actually concludes like the Court of Owls storyline, which started with this particular book, Volume 1, The Court of Owls, which I have read. This is a pretty good read. Now I must admit, I'm just not getting to part 2 of this. I actually even read part 3 because I had skipped over this. Because I just wanted to get like that the Joker mask that came with this collector's edition, which I have, which this is part 3. Because this even has like references to like the Owls too as well, but it wasn't really about them. But this actually concludes that particular storyline. And it collects issues of Batman from the New 52 now. Issues 8 through 12 and Batman Annual. Now of course we know this is written by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. I think that's how you pronounce his name, Greg Capullo. So they're kind of like the creators of it. You got like the artists. It's like I think yeah, Greg Capullo. I think he's like one of the artists of it too as well. Now I must admit this was a pretty good read too, and it just continues like the storyline of what happened like in the Court of Owls, like the previous story. So now I don't want to spoil it too much. You have like the members of the Court of Owls, like they send like a bunch of like these Talons out to attack Bruce Wayne's home at one point in this particular storyline. That was an awesome scene because you kind of rarely get to see like enemies attacking like Bruce Wayne or Wayne Manor. So I thought that was kind of cool, that particular sequence where they all come and be attacking him. So I thought that was awesome. Because at one point Batman even has to put on like this like armor suit to actually like take him on and so on. So I thought that was pretty cool. And the idea that the Court of Owls are resurrecting like dead people's bodies to actually control these like talents and so on, I thought that was pretty awesome too as well. Now it's like a bunch of stuff that happened to him. I'm trying to remember the things. I didn't really take notes on it, but it was some cool like ideas and stuff that they had in this particular story. I like that we got to see like a good look at Alfred's like father too as well. I didn't know that about his father, because at one point Alfred's father was it shows that he was like in danger with the court and so on, and they had him like targeted for like death and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to spoil it, but I didn't really know that Alfred had that in his history, I wasn't even familiar that his father was actually like a butler with the Wayne families. If I can remember correctly, I didn't even really know that. So I was interested and awesome to get to see that too. Then they have like another thing in the story too about like Mr. Freeze now, and this was another revelation to me too as well. Now I know the New 52 is kind of like charting like their own territory. They're kind of like rebooting like the Batman like storyline, because the New 52 was like a reboot kind of like the Batman like storyline, like the family and all that how it went on and everything. They kept like the certain things like like that really happened to like Bruce, like some of the stuff is still canon, but you can tell they kind of like alternate it somewhat. But like, apparently like Mr. Freeze is like a wife or a woman is like Nora Freeze. I didn't even know that really wasn't his woman according to this updated version. They were saying that Nora Freeze was actually like just like this woman who put herself into like that freezing like thing, and that's when Victor Freeze fell in love with her. So he didn't even really know her, or she didn't really know him. He just was like a experiment on Nora, and that's when he got really involved in her. That's what they're saying in this particular story. So I thought that was kind of interesting, and I knew that was different because from what I know, Victor Freeze was really like married to Nora Freeze. Because you can even see like in the movie, I think like with Arnold Schwarzenegger, like Batman and Robin, I know they can't stand that film. But even now I think if I could recall, you can see them like being like together and all that, and then something happens to her. Then of course he tries to save her. And then in the process of him trying to save her, that's when he gets messed up, But I thought that was an awesome read too. It was good getting a look at Freeze. But yeah, like I said, one of the things that really stood out was like the idea of we're getting to see like Alfred, like his father. I thought that was awesome and interesting. Plus, there's more things that I want to talk about too, but I just leave it at that. But it was a pretty entertaining read. And then it was like this group, like this girl, and I think it's her brother. I didn't even know these characters. Like one, like the girl herself, she like works underground, like in the Gotham City. Like it's not really sewers, but I know it's like underground, and she knew about Batman putting like these like trace stains in the underground where he can like track down like anything like in the city. I think like as far as like cameras and all that kind of go, he can have access to all that kind of stuff, and she knew about that. So I thought that was kind of interesting because I wasn't really familiar with that particular character, and I think that is like a new character that was introduced. But other than that, I thought this was an awesome read. It was pretty good. So Batman, Volume 2, The City of Owls. I would definitely recommend this. And this actually concludes, like I say, the quarter-hour storyline. They have like 2 volumes of it, as you can see. I know you can get these actually like together. I think they call it duology or something like that, where you can get them together. So I'm just gonna get out of I want to give it a solid B, but it was still something kind of off about it. It didn't really like completely take off, but it was entertaining. I like the action scenes. I thought the artwork was pretty good in the 2 as well. So I'm just going to give it a B-, and that's my review for Batman Volume 2, The City of Owls. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.